What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TAR's AI, TAI today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Down and down and down we go, my friends. I think we've had a little bit of a more rough time over the past 4 days than the average participant in the crypto markets, right? We've dropped 35%. What's the average? Speaking of average, let's see. What is the average participant doing over the past few days? What have we dropped here? Daily time frame, from a high to where they are now. They're down 9%. At the most, they dropped down, what is that? 13%. So not even close. To be fair, though, TARS is sitting on top of a very massive amount of gains. So that's just kind of how it is. I mean, overall, if we look at this from a low back on April 17th to the high that we had here on the 26th, that is a 550% move. A little bit of consolidation never hurt anybody. It's kind of the name of the game with this stuff, right? You rejected the overbought zone. You're back down here at the 50. When you reject the overbought zone, you look for two areas to bounce from, right? Either the 60 or the 50 if you want immediate bullish continuation. Sometimes you do proceed to the 40, so just keep that in mind, and maybe even to the oversold zone. Anything and everything could happen. We could go even lower here. But my expectation would be that soon enough we will bounce. We probably do continue to consolidate in this area a little bit. I don't think that even if today is the low, let's say that this is a higher low to go off of, I don't think that means that, boom, we're ripping through the roof. It could. That'd be great. I would love that. I think we'd all love that, but that doesn't mean that it will. I think more likely we're probably going to move up and then come back down, find a higher low, consolidate, and then once we have this kind of flat top with some ascending lows, probably sometime later in the month here, maybe in like a week or two, we will start to break out and see that phenomenal next phase higher, right? What does that phenomenal phase look like? Well, from a low to a high, if this is a bull flag, and we're still considering it as a bull flag here, maybe that's the bull flag, maybe this is the flag. I don't know. However you draw it, whether you draw it like that or however you want to draw it, from the low to the high, the measure move from here would still take you all the way up, if I can just get it right there, all the way up to about 37 cents, 37, 38 cents, something like that. From the current price, that gives you an overall growth rate of about 324%, right? So pretty solid growth between now and what would be expected to be either the end of the month or sometime in early June, right? Depends on how long we consolidate here for. If we're looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, 4-hour RSI, the RSI here is in a nice downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. You've hit the oversold zone, an area that you bounced off of before. Getting oversold and then ripping above your 40 is a good look. That's a good look at first. Can we continue with this? Can we press on and continue? Because if you take this good look and then you soil it with coming below the 40 again or getting to the oversold zone again, that's not a good look at all. That'd actually be really bad. We want to continue. We want to get above the 50 and press higher, right? If we're looking at this on a 4-hour time frame, which we are, we have 2 hours and 28 minutes left, over half of this candle left. We're down 2.5% now. We could absolutely move up and close this candle green over the next 2 hours. I think it'd be nice if we could close this candle green. That was a very bullish engulfing candle that we had on the last candle. More volume than what we've seen really since May 13th. It's the 15th now. So in a couple days' time, that was the most volume that we've seen. And it came at this low point here. If we take a relative low here to a relative high there, that is right at the 0.5. Kind of an area that you would expect to find support at, yeah. Something like this. If we're rejecting the 382 like this, though, that could promote targets down to about 7.7 cents, even 7.3 cents. So just be aware, guys. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Here we are at 9 cents. There's a real possibility that TAI could drop down below 8 cents, even below 7.5 cents. I doubt that we go below 7.3 cents, but it's a real possibility. It could happen. I don't think that we're going to. I think that this is a point that we turn around from and that we start to grow, but I'm just saying, it could happen. We're definitely set up in the right way to go lower if we proceed now. But if we proceed going higher, if we can get this 4-hour candle to close above 9.5 cents, I think that'd be very, very instrumental in providing that this is the low and that we are ready to go higher, or at the very least consolidate up, something like that. 4-hour time frame, 4-hour RSI is not really giving us too much, but there's a glimmer of hope here as long as we don't close. If we close here, I suppose it's fine because we're at least finding support at the 40, but if we close below 9 cents, I think that would look bad because then we're probably closing below the 40 and that wouldn't look good. So next 2 hours, 26 minutes, by the time you guys watch this, it'll probably be closer to being done. Hopefully we're not engulfing this engulfing candle. Hopefully we are closing and continuing higher. Even if we close here, I think that's fine, but we want to continue rather immediately, okay? 1-hour time frame here, higher highs in the price. Higher highs in the price, rejecting here at the 60, finding resistance there. You've continued to find resistance here at the 60, so push on. Don't find resistance here, or at least don't get into the oversold zone. It's okay if you go to the 40, you find a higher low, and then you come back up and try again later, I suppose. But maybe not, because if you do that, if you do come down, then 2 hours from now you come down, well, your 4-hour RSI, or your 4-hour price would then come down a little bit more too, that wouldn't look good. So we want to find support here, man. We want to start pushing higher relatively immediately. Let's look at this on a 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute gives me hope. It does give me hope, actually. Okay, good. So there is hope. Hopefully we do move up higher. I think that we will, but time will tell. One way or another, whenever we do move up higher, you guys, being here at 9 cents, this is not the end of it. That's for damn sure. You know, from a high to a low here, the expectation, again, the expected area to go to from here, from the measure move, would be all the way at about 38 cents, 37 cents, something around this 886 at about 35 cents, 35 to 40 cents maybe. That's where we're going to go. Beyond that, you know, going into the month of June and early July, I do expect that TAI will see targets around $1.40, $1.76, maybe $3.30. You know, from the current price, that's about a 12x move, a 20x move. Oftentimes with the 1-for-1-4, you don't stop right there. You go just above it. So a 20x move, 12x at a minimum, 20x potential, really, really good solid chance that we see a 20x move or something around there. And maybe even at the maximum, we could see a 35x. You guys, this thing has a very low market cap. We're at like what, as far as the market cap goes? Is it like 60 million? TAI. 62 million. A lot of volume, even on the boring days. I mean, I think that we have the potential to see some crazy stuff happen. A 10x from here would be 620 million. To get to a $1 billion market cap, that'd be like a 15x or 16x, and maybe we find resistance right around there, right? Let's see, do we have reasons to find resistance right around there? Kind of, maybe even a little bit above that. Not really right at $1 billion, but I don't know. Maybe we find resistance right at like $1.50 at $1 billion market cap, $1.40 at $1 billion market cap. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see this thing. I'm just saying, seeing a 30x, a 40x even from here, what, that would be a 120, 1.2, 600, 1.2, that'd be like a $2.5 billion market cap, a little bit over a $2 billion market cap at a 40x from here. So not saying that that's easy to achieve, but it is attainable, and it could be attainable by the end of July. We got a lot of growth to go, something on a minimum standard of about a 12x move to a maximum standard of a 36x move. I'm feeling most likely we stop somewhere around a 20x from the current price, and if we go lower, that multiple only goes up. So I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe. If your question is it a good time to buy here? I think it's relatively a good time to buy. I mean, this is where I made my last purchase. My most recent purchase was here, you know, back on this day. I want to say on the 8th maybe. It might go lower, you know. I personally am not buying more here, but I'm loaded up. I got a lot of TAI. If it goes lower, I will buy more. I definitely will buy more, but time will tell. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.